Hey guys, I'm Priya and you're most welcome on my YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve 2019 JNU MA English Entrance question paper. But first of all, I would like to tell you that the pattern has been changed. Till 2018, JNU was asking subjective questions, but from 2019 they have started asking objective questions. So your exam will be of total 3 hours duration consisting of 33 MCQ type questions of 100 marks. So without wasting time, let's just start to solve the question paper. Okay, so our first 8 questions are based on our own objective learning. Question number 1. Which of the following was not published in the 1930s? A. Kanthapura, B. Untouchable, C. Swami and Friends, and D. My Experiments with Truth. So you need to remember here that the question says not published, and if you have read all these books, then you may know that Kanthapura, it was published in 1938, Untouchable in 1935, Swami and Friends again 1935. So here the right answer is option number D, My Experiments with Truth, which was published in 1927. Question number 2. Which of the following novels is not written in the stream of consciousness? Don't forget the question says not written. Option number A, The Sound and the Fury. It's written by William Faulkner, so it's not the right answer. Then Mrs. Dalloway, it's written by Virginia Woolf, again incorrect answer. Then C, The Old Man and the Sea, it's written by Ernest Hemingway. Then D, Ulysses, it's written by James Joyce, and again incorrect answer. So here the right answer is option number C, The Old Man and the Sea. Then question number 3. A Vision by W.B. Yeats is A. a play, B. a novel in verse, C. a book of mystical philosophy, or D. a poem. So this is a book of mystical philosophy. Option number C is the right answer. Question number 4. Which of the following develops into rasa? To solve this question, first you need to go through all these. Here the right answer is option number D, Sthai Bhav. Question number 5. Idea of a University, the collected lectures dating from 1852 onwards and published in 1873 by A. John Henry Newman, B. Samuel Johnson, C. James Joyce, or D. Farah Nuruddin. So this is written by John Henry Newman. Option number A is the right answer. Then question number 6, it's for your own mind practice. Here the right answer is option number D. Then question number 7. Here we have got 2 tables and there is a relation between the names of the table 1 to the table 2. Like negative capability, it's a term which was first used by John Keats. Then objective correlative, it's a term popularized by T.S. Eliot in his essay on Hamlet and his problems. Then imagism is a term coined by Ezra Pound in 1912, and asymplastic imagination was first used by S.T. Coleridge. So our answer is option number B. Question number 8. Again match the following. Look, if you want to solve such questions quickly, then it's very important to have the knowledge of figure of speech. Here in this question, the first thing we have is personification. It's a figure of speech in which a thing or an idea or an animal is given human attributes, like the moon smiled at the stars. So A4 will go with B1. Then simile. Simile involves the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind. Like we can see in option A, a person is compared with a lion. Then in metaphor, a word or a phrase is applied to an object or an action to which it is not literally applicable. Like Time is a thief. Then hyperbole. You can easily identify this by remembering that it makes something seem bigger or more important than it really is. Like, he is as skinny as a toothpick. So here the right answer is option number D. Then we have passages and poems. Look, this is something one should practice himself. So here I am simply gonna tell the answers, and if there is something related to question which you should know, then I'll also tell that. Always remember 3 things while solving these questions. First, all these paragraphs come from famous literary works. So if you have a habit of reading good literature, then it's gonna be beneficial for you while solving such questions. Second, you need to work on your vocab, otherwise you won't be able to solve such questions. And third, don't be panic. Just relax and read the whole passage in a flow and then solve the questions. So let's just go through this passage. The inarticulacy of the tragic hero, which distinguishes the main figure in Greek tragedy from all his successors, is one of the foundation stones of the theory of tragedy. For this is the mark of the self, the seal of its greatness, and the token of its weakness alike. It is silent. The tragic hero has only one language that is completely proper to him: silence. It has been so from the very beginning. The tragic devised itself the artistic form of the drama precisely so as to be able to present silence. In his silence, the hero burns the bridges connecting him to God and the world, elevates himself above the realm of personality, which in speech defines itself against others and individualizes itself, and so enters the icy loneliness of the self. The self knows nothing other than itself. Its loneliness is absolute. Question number 9. The passage argues that A. Tragic is the experience of selfhood. B. Personality arises in a speech community. C. We should think of selfhood in distinction from personality. So we can see this, all these things are mentioned in the paragraph. So here the right answer is option number D, all of the above. Then question number 10. Where does the essence of the tragic lie? A. In the tragic hero's not being able to be a self. B. In the tragic hero's not being able to be a personality. C. In the tragic hero's not being able to connect to the world and God in speech. And D. None of the above. Here, read from the tragic hero. The tragic hero has only one language that is completely proper to him: silence. It has been so from the very beginning. The tragic devised itself the artistic form of the drama precisely so as to be able to present silence. In his silence, the hero burns the bridges connecting him to God and the world. So here the right answer is in the tragic hero's not being able to connect to the world and God in speech. Then question number 11. The writer here offers A. a neoclassical theory of tragedy, B. a Marxist conception of tragedy, C. a psychoanalytic conception of tragedy, or D. none of the above. Actually, all these are very detailed subjects, so we are not going to discuss it now, but you need to go through this, then you will get to know that this is not a neoclassical theory of tragedy, neither it's a Marxist conception of tragedy, nor a psychoanalytic conception of tragedy. So here the right answer is option number D, none of the above. Then we have another passage. But more joyful the joy, the more pure the sadness slumbering within it. The deeper the sadness, the more summoning the joy resting within it. Sadness and joy play into each other. The play itself which attunes the two by letting the remote be near and the near be remote is pain. This is why both highest joy and deepest sadness are painful, each in its way. But pain so touches the spirit of mortals that the spirit receives its gravity from pain. That gravity keeps mortals with all their wavering at rest in their being. The spirit which answers to pain, the spirit attuned by pain and to pain, is melancholy. It can depress the spirit, but it can also lose its burdensomeness and lets its secret breath nestle into the soul, bestow upon it the jewel which arrays in the precious relation to the world, and with this raiment shelters it. Okay, so question number 12. The writer here offers a psychoanalytic theory of melancholy, B, a psychiatric clinical analysis of depression, C, a sociological historical description of pain, or D, none of the above. As I earlier told you, you need to go through all these. These all are very detailed subjects. Here the right answer is option number D, none of the above. Then question number 13. The writer here shows that A, joy and sadness are identical to each other. B, melancholy is the attunement of the spirit and is essentially related to the poetic world. Option number C, melancholy is depressive and burdensome and the poetic world symptomatically discloses it. Or D, all of the above. Here the right answer is option number B. Then question number 14. Melancholy here is understood as A, a psychological state of a depressive individual, B, a spiritual mystical union of human beings with God, C, an existential attunement of the mortal with the world, or D, none of the above. So this is an existential attunement of the mortal with the world. Then we have another passage. The novel, the traditional novel, she goes on to say, is an attempt to understand a human fate, to understand how it is that some fellow being, having started at point A and having gone through experiences B and C and D, ends up at point Z. The novel is thus like history, an exercise in constructing the past. Like history too, the novel is an investigation into the power of character and the power of circumstance. By exploring the power of the past to produce the present, the novel suggests how we may explore the potential of the present to produce the future. That is what the novel does or can do. That is why we have it. Okay, so question number 15. Which of the following statements is not true? A, history tries to give a coherent account of the past. B, the novel tries to understand how people become what they are. C, history examines the potential of the future. Or D, history is concerned with the influence of character and circumstance. We can see that all are looking almost right. But now look at the last third line of the passage. They used may. It means according to the passage, history may or may not examines the potential of the future. So here the right answer is option number C. Then question number 16. Which of the following words is closest in meaning to the word constructing as used in the passage? A, fabricating, B, inventing, C, documenting, or D, molding. Words have different meanings when placed in different lines. So whenever you get such question, read the whole line. Here the right answer is option number D. Then question number 17. In the passage, C refers to. Okay, where is C? Third line. Some fellow being having started at point A and having gone through experiences B, C and D. So C is an experience or something that happened to a character. Then we have options. A, the name of a fictional character. B, something that happened to a character. C, the date of a historical event. D, none of the above. So here the right answer is option number B. something that happened to a character. Moving on to the next passage, first of all, I would like to tell you that this part is taken from a very famous novel, Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen. So let's just go through this. But no sooner had he made it clear to himself and his friends that she hardly had a good feature in her face, then he began to find it was rendered uncommonly intelligent by the beautiful expression of her dark eyes. To this discovery succeeded some others equally mortifying. Though he had detected with a critical eye more than one failure of perfect symmetry in her form, he was forced to acknowledge her figure to be light and pleasing, and in spite of his asserting that her manners were not those of the fashionable world, he was caught by their easy playfulness. Question number 18. This passage is an example of A. Interior monologue, B. Dramatic monologue, C. Omniscient narration, or D. Unreliable narration. So this is omniscient narration. It's a literary technique in which the narrator knows the feelings and thoughts of every character in the story. Then question number 19. The passage describes A. The experience and manners of a woman character, B. The author's views on female appearance and behavior, C. A male character's perceptions and thoughts on a woman character, or D. None of the above. Well, I know here many of you will think that option B is correct, and yeah, we can say that overall these are the author's views on female appearance, but in the passage the perception and thoughts on women are expressed through a male character. So here the right answer is option number C, a male character's perceptions and thoughts on a woman character. Question number 20. In its presentation of a woman character, passage focuses on A. Her beautiful features, B. Her knowledge and intelligence, C. Her excellent manners, or D. Her physical appearance as a sign of her inner qualities. Okay, so now read the last line. In spite of his asserting that her manners were not those of the fashionable world, he was caught by their easy playfulness. It means he was caught by her inner qualities. So here the right answer is option number D. Then we have one more passage. But what was there to say? Only that there were tears, only that quietness and emptiness fitted together like stacked spoons, only that there was a snuffling in the hollows at the base of a lovely throat, only that a hard honey-colored shoulder had a semicircle of teeth marks on it, only that they held each other close long after it was over, only that what they shared that night was not happiness but hideous grief, only that once again they broke the love laws that lay down who should be loved and how much. So question number 21. The question that the above quotation begins with is A. Declamatory, B. Rhetorical, C. Melodramatic, or D. All of the above. So this is B. Rhetorical. It means the questions that are asked in order to produce an effect or to make a statement rather than to elicit information. Question number 22. The two figures of speech in the sentence, only that quietness and emptiness fitted together like stacked spoons, are A. Personification and simile, B. Metaphor and simile, C. Hyperbole and alliteration, or D. Oxymoron and simile. So this is A. Personification and simile. You can easily identify this by seeing that quietness and emptiness fitted together. Here you can identify personification. Then they used like, which can tell you that this is simile. There is a comparison. Okay, so this is A. Personification and simile. Question number 23. The last few lines in the passage imply that A. All societies must have laws about who to love and how much. B. Everyone should obey the laws set down about love. C. It is ironical that there should be laws about who should be loved, how and how much. Or D. If anyone breaks the love laws, they will always suffer hideous grief. Okay, so the last line. Only that once again they broke the love laws that lay down who should be loved and how much. Here, they is used for the people in the passage who broke the love laws, and now just read the last second line, which will tell you that it resulted into hideous grief. So here the right answer is option number D. If anyone breaks the love laws, they will always suffer hideous grief. Then we have a very famous poem, Elegy, written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray. Here all you need to do is to pause the video for 2 minutes, read the poem and then solve the question. So question number 24. Hampden, Milton and Cromwell function as A. Proper nouns used generically, B. Compound subjects of an independent clause, C. Place references that mark history battle sites, or D. The actual names of the individuals who here may rest. As you can see, all of these three are names, so this is proper nouns used generically. Question number 25. Lines 5 to 8 are best described as A. The achievements of their history most valued in the nation's eyes, B. A list of potential accomplishments that their lot forbade, C. Positive proof of their growing virtues, or D. Belated attempts to atone for their crimes. Okay, so now read the poem, then solve it on your own. Here the right answer is option number B. Then question number 26. In lines 9 to 10, nor circumscribed confined is best interpreted to mean that A. Circumstances determine whether we regard a given activity as good or evil, B. Virtue consists of acting on good impulses and suppressing evil ones, C. Circumstances prevented those described from doing deeds of greater evil as well as deeds of greater good, or D. The chief virtue of those described was to limit the evil influence of others. Here the right answer is option number C. Then we have one more famous poem which is written by Seamus Heaney. So now pause the video, read the poem and then we'll discuss the answers. Question number 27. The title of the passage refers to which of the following? A. Springs, B. A place, C. Cobbles, D. Consonants. It is A. Springs. Then question number 28. The speaker of the passage describes an experience of A. Childhood, B. Middle age, C. Old age, or D. Adolescence. After reading the poem, you will realize that these are the experiences of the child. So here the right answer is option number A. Childhood. Question number 29. The poem achieves its meaning through A. Metaphor and metonymy, B. Allegory, sound and image, C. Voice, sound and image, D. Rhythm, synecdoche and paradox. It is C. Voice, sound and image. Question number 30. The poem describes an experience of A. A countryside, B. A city, C. A country road, or D. A small town. This is B. A city. Then we have our last passage, so let's just go through this. In one of his chapters titled Narayan Hemchandra in his autobiography, M.K. Gandhi describes his meeting in England with a queer man who wore strange clothes and had an amazing disregard for the English language. In the process of teaching him English, Gandhi noticed that Narayan Hemchandra was innocent of grammar. Horse was a verb with him and run a noun. I remember many such funny instances, but he was not to be baffled by his ignorance. My little knowledge of grammar could make no impression on him. Unperturbed by his own ignorance, he challenged Gandhi. Do you know Bengali? I know it. I have travelled in Bengal. It is I who has given Devendranath Tagore's works to the Gujarati-speaking world. Now, question number 31. Which of the following would describe what this passage illustrates? A. Postmodernism and its disdain for purity in language. B. The inability of Indians to speak English properly. C. M.K. Gandhi's respect for the English language. Or D. The assertion of the importance of native languages. Here you can see a man who is not good in English but still learning it, and also confidently tells that he knows Bengali. So here is the assertion of the native languages, and the right answer is option number D. Then the quotations in the passage are from A. The Story of My Experiments with Truth. B. A Book on Gandhi by Rita Kothari. C. A Chapter on Narayan Hemchandra by Rita Kothari. D. M.K. Gandhi's book on Bengali and Gujarati. Here the answer is hidden in the first line. In one of his chapters titled Narayan Hemchandra in his autobiography. So, what is the name of M.K. Gandhi's autobiography? It is My Experiments with Truth. So here the right answer is option number A, The Story of My Experiments with Truth. Then we have our last question, question number 33. Which of the sequences given after the lists below matches items from the two lists correctly? Here we have cunning of reason, make it new, the whole is the untrue, the banality of evil. See, if you have a little bit knowledge of all these things, then you will be able to solve this question, otherwise not at all. Here, cunning the reason, it's a very famous phrase coined by Hegel. Make it new is a book written by Ezra Pound. The whole is the untrue, it's a philosophy by Adorno. And the banality of evil, again a book written by Arendt. So A will go with 4, B will go with 1, C will go with 3 and D with 2. So the right answer is option number D. Thank you so much for watching this. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please share this video with all your mates who are going to appear in JNU MA English entrance exam. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.